If you work online or you work remotely, there's one thing, it's your number one enemy, and you must avoid this. You must overcome it. Otherwise, your productivity, how many things you can get done, and the quality of your work is really going to suffer. And the inspiration for this episode, by the way, I had an event just last week and I had a bunch of people here in Costa Rica. One of those attendees asked me, they wanted to know about the latest tips, strategies, tactics for getting better results with what they were doing. And I said to them, forget all of that. There's something that's far more important. I asked them the question, what do they do when they sit down at their desk, they open up their laptop and they get to work? And they explained to me their normal routine. They lift up their screen, they go to their email inbox, they go to social media, and they find themselves in this endless loop of just clicking from one distraction to another. And I said to them, that is the problem here. And in fact, that's your biggest opportunity. Forget the tactics and strategies. You need to learn how to focus. Your number one enemy when working online is distractions. When you sit down in front of a screen, you've got to realize that all the other people on the other side of that screen, they're trying to do the exact same thing as all of us. They are trying to derail you from what you should be focusing on right now and pull your attention away to their thing. So learning how to focus on one thing, the most important thing, and see it through from start to finish, that's your biggest opportunity. And this attendee, he went on to explain, and he said that he himself, his attention is like a squirrel. He's just going from one thing to the next. And he asked me, well, what do I do? How do I get more focused? Here's what I said to him. Number one, you need to always be writing down your top 3 priorities. So what you want to do is you want to open up notes, or just take out a pen and a piece of paper, and you want to write down the top 3 most important things. These are things which if you do once, they're going to have ongoing benefits. And this isn't something that you do once. I do this at least once a day. When I feel myself getting distracted, I bring myself back on track by saying, what are the top 3 most important things? I write them down, and then I think, okay, the most important thing, what can I do right now to get the ball rolling? I might not be able to finish it right now, but what can I do to get this in motion? And then I focus back on that. That simple little act of writing it down and having to think about it, that helps guide you back to where you should be focusing. Because your focus in many ways, it's like a rocket headed to outer space. It's got a destination in mind. And rockets, as I'm sure you've heard, most of the time they are off course. So someone's there in the control center, they're having to constantly change the direction of this rocket and pull it back on course. Your attention, your focus is the same. It's never going to be always continuously focused on the end goal. It's always going to be going off course, and it's your job to always remind it to get back on course. The next thing you can do is eliminate outside distractions. So think about it this way, your screen is already full of many different distractions. You open up your browser and there's endless possibilities. That's a big enough challenge on its own. But if you put yourself in an environment where you've got noisy neighbors, you've got people knocking, you've got phones going off, you've got a TV in the background, or a kitchen with something cooking, beckoning you to go and see what it is. Those are unnecessary distractions. So you need to find an environment where ideally you can lock the door, you don't have a big cluttered desk, you don't have many distractions around you, and you can just focus on that one task in front of you. And then last of all, it really comes down to your self-talk, that little voice in your head. When I am working, I have this little voice in my head that's always telling me, focus, focus, focus. I keep repeating that. So when I feel myself getting off course and I go to YouTube and I go down that path of just watching completely irrelevant videos that have no benefit for me and just they're wasting my time, that little voice in my head is telling me to focus, focus, get back on track, get back to what you were doing. What's the highest leverage activity you need to be doing right now? Get back on track, cross out those extra tabs you don't need, and focus. So your internal dialogue counts for a lot here. It's really, I believe it's what separates peak performers in their field from those who get average results. It all comes down to their self-talk. So make sure that little voice in your head is helping you. If you will remember these simple strategies, you'll be a lot more successful in the long run. That's it for today. By the way, one more thing. If you want extra help, some extra accountability with staying focused, I have a 10-day program with someone from my team. They're going to be calling you back daily, making sure that you are staying focused on the truly important things in your life. That extra layer of accountability is just going to help you. So if you want to check that out, go to changeyourlife.com. in10days.com and enroll. It's going to take you about a minute to enroll. Someone from my team will call you, and each day for the next 10 days, they will help you stay focused on the truly important things. That's it for today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.